Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. Today I would like to explain a little bit in details how does it work in the business aviation regarding your roster. First of all, I would like to highlight a little bit of terminology. So in business aviation, we do not call them roster, but we call them rotations. So a rotation is a duty period, so a quantity, a certain amount of days that you are actually on duty. In general, you are basically standby. You don't really know too much in advance where you will be flying. You just know that you will be engaged for any possible flight from to. And then you just get ready for that and basically keep being ready for anything, right? So the most typical rotation that you can find in the European business aviation industry would be 15 days on and 15 days off. So 15 days on all in a row, followed by 15 days off all in a row. In America, for example, is slightly different. You can have a shorter rotation, so you can have 7 on and 7 off, or maybe also sometimes 15 and 15. In the Middle East, for example, and also in Africa, you have again a different type of rotation. They are a little bit longer usually. So you have the most common one is 1 month on followed by 1 month off, or maybe 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, or 2 months on and 1 month off. So this is the most common type of rotation that you can find in the business aviation. And again, as I mentioned, during the duty period, you are basically standby. If there are any flights, you go and fly. Otherwise, you stay in the hotel by the city where the aircraft is parked. So you stay with your jet all the time. If, let's say, you don't have any flights and you just wait for the same customer to bring him or her back home. Let's do an example. Maybe you fly from London to New York, taking one customer to New York, and then you wait for this customer to fly him back to London again. And maybe you have a layover in London of 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So those days are still duty period, obviously. And again, you are still in standby. Basically, the only moment where you are not in standby is when you are recovering from the duty. So when you have your legal rest, and all the rest of the time you are basically again standby. If you're flying owner's operation, so you fly the owner of the jet and basically always the same people because it's the entourage or the family around this person, you can foresee quite easily how the plans will be. So when you're gonna be flying, how much, where to, etc., etc. If you're flying charter operation, this is totally and completely unpredictable because the main goal of the private jet operator who is flying charter operation is to sell flights as much as possible. This is the way they make money. So obviously you most probably not gonna be seated in New York for 5 days, but any chances that you can fly somewhere else or taking somebody else somewhere during those 5 days, they will definitely take it. So this is how it works. Another thing that is quite important to mention is about the positioning. So after COVID, the situation in Europe has slightly changed, and right now more and more private jet operators require the crew to be resident in the same city where the aircraft is based. But not all of them. So in some other situation, you have either a list of accepted bases where you can be related to, so a list of accepted gateways that will become your base, okay? The place, the airport from where you will be start your duty period and where they will position you back at the end of your duty period. So again, if your base is not the same base where the aircraft is located or where the aircraft is currently located, because let's say it's somewhere else on the other side of the world, because of a flight, you start your duty period with a positioning. So the company will organize a positioning flight. Usually it's just an airline ticket, or it might also be a train ticket or even a car rental that they will organize for you in order to allow you to reach the jet and the crew wherever they are in the world. And this is happening on day one of your rotation. You reach the jet and the crew, you stay with them for the rest of your rotation, and then on the last day you will be repositioned back to your gateway, so to the airport where you are assigned as a base. In the same way, airline tickets, train ticket, or even car rental if applicable. So I would say that there are 50-50 situations where you are required to be based together with the jet in the same city, or where you are, they just allow you to stay at your residential address, or eventually you agree on a suitable airport that is close enough to your residential address and is served by enough airlines, so enough traffic from the airlines for you to reach the majority of the airports in the world. I hope that this can clarify a little bit how does the business aviation industry work like. If you have any questions regarding private jets, flight attendant life, crew life on board the private jets, please do not hesitate to reach out, and I'll see you on the next video. Baci baci!